Hi guys, right, I thought I would just jump on during lunch to do my dailies. I didn't do it yesterday, mainly because I was on Madden trying to work out how we do the rookie premier stuff. So we've got some challenges that have opened up in college football, so we'll definitely be playing these later on. Oh, throwing the boat at a 67 right tackle. But yeah, what we need to do, I didn't understand in Madden what the process was to what you call it, to get the rookie players that you work towards in Madden to get in the main game. So a similar thing that we should have done in college football, but we were just too late. We didn't play it all the way through, so we just didn't do it with college football. But with Madden, you've got the opportunity of taking over 3 rookie premier players, and it makes sense, right, why I struggled on previous years, because they did 32. You could do 32 of those guys a few years ago, so you could literally get a full team. And then some of 80, 84s, 85s. I mean, I don't know what level that they convert into. So we've got the first one done from the tokens, but we've got an 89 running back here. Where do these guys come from? Who's that? Who's that 89? Right, got to be careful here. Oh my days, where's that player going? Oh my days, where was he running? What was he doing? That is bizarre. Yeah, mate, I would definitely go for it. But yeah, so we need like 99 overalls essentially to be able to get the other 2. So the only way, I'm pretty sure we can get another one because we've got enough binder stock. Because I mean, let's face it, we're not going to be doing much more in Madden now, in Madden at this point. So we'll probably play a few more ranked games tonight, so we can have a go with this new Loveland card, and then we'll choose which rookie premier player that we want to get. Probably the wide receiver or running back, I think. But I mean, we're going to have running backs at a 10 a penny. So I'm kind of thinking we're better off going with a depth position now. That's sort of what my thought process on that is. And then either a cornerback or a receiver, because you've got 5 spots of depth, and they might be on the team for quite a while. So that's pretty much it. What's going on here? We are really struggling. And then we will sell a couple of the guys. So if we sell Loveland, and I'm trying to think who the other guy was. I think Snoop Dogg we bought, and there's a couple of other guys that we bought. I think that we'll get those sold, and then right, set him on a post. See if we can draw those 2 guys off. Oh, we've got Muse 1-on-1, but we're not going to do it. Well, we just needed to play the game anyway, didn't we? So what we'll do is jump back into the challenges and try and get these 250 yards. So I've only got about 10-15 minutes before I've got to get back to work. It's been another annoying day today with Magento. I mean, the last couple of days, to be honest, has just been terrible. Just really weird things going on. I just can't explain it, but I was saying yesterday that I feel like I need positivity. Every time I do something, I feel like I've got to end the day feeling like I'd achieved something. And yesterday, because of work, I ended up not feeling that at the end of the day, and it's not a nice feeling. It's like, especially when you can't explain why something has happened, or you're so close to fixing something, but you just run out of time, really, that you can't keep websites down for ages while you're trying to figure something out. But yesterday, man, why is everything a all right, let's just do a right. How far out? We need one from the 50-yard line. There we go. Let's do that one. It's the one we did yesterday. But yeah, it's like, when it comes to computers, I love computers, don't get me wrong, but I've mentioned this before, I've always looked at PCs and computers as a work tool above an entertainment tool. And it's only in the last year that that's switched, and I now see PCs and computers as entertainment. I mean, I still see them as a productivity tool, of course, all the videos that I'm doing and all of that stuff. So, you know, it's still has it's still like about 50%. I see it as 50% sort of entertainment, 50% work. But they do drive me mad sometimes. This is another reason when it comes to console gaming versus PC gaming. The times I've turned my PC on over the last 30 years as a PC owner and PC user, the amount of times I've turned the PC on to play a game and I'm met with something like having to install drivers or something like that. Now, I know you get updates on consoles, and it'll go into rest mode and do all the bits that it needs to do, which is great. And yeah, you can schedule them on the PC as well, but I'm talking about the stuff that happens that you're just not expecting to happen, right? One of the things that used to make me scared to turn my laptop on at one point was, every time it updated, the Windows would occasionally update the Wi-Fi driver, and
the Flames will snap it on 1st and 10.
It affected everything: Ethernet, wireless, and sometimes what I had to do is install it manually and then tell Windows to ignore it, so it didn't replace the driver, because Windows kept replacing the driver with one that just didn't work. And what would happen over time is Windows would forget that I'd blocked it for some strange reason. It would update the driver and I'd have no internet. And then, luckily I've got other PCs, right, that I can go and download something on and, you know, get whatever driver is manually. But it's a nightmare, right? You end up spending 30... So if you've got 30 minutes to play, and you know, way back in the day, me and my business partner used to come on our PCs and play Warcraft or Age of Conan during lunch. But the times that one of us would have had an issue where like a driver fails, or we've got some weird mouse driver issue or something, but you just don't get that. You just don't get it with console games. And I know that PCs are fast becoming a bit more console-like, especially when it comes to you know, things like the Steam Deck. But a lot of the time, what's happening now is you're getting like Steam OS, right? You can just put Steam OS on a machine, and you can actually just have a PC that hopefully does behave more like a console does, and you know, hopefully does all the updates and things it needs to in a similar way to the console does, but only a lot larger, right? Obviously, it's these PCs are much bigger than consoles, so we're definitely going to see changes, I think, in the coming years, where, especially with things like the X3D chips that are pure gaming thoroughbred CPUs that are less great for productivity and are just all about gaming. So this is why I've always been on the fence getting an X3D chip for that reason, because I'm still doing productivity work, especially now cutting videos. So it's sort of like, will I still need the threading performance of a non-X3D chip, or is it worth getting the X3D so that you've got the best possible PC? Now, the real answer, of course, is that you probably need both. And it's crazy to say that, but the way I look at those chips is you do need both. You need your dedicated gaming machine, and then you've got a separate machine that you can use for work and productivity. Especially like the job that I do with trying to get virtual machines set up, and that definitely uses a lot of RAM. It's probably overkill for gaming. We're only just. It feels like we've only just hit that era where people have stopped saying 16 gig is all you need, and 32 gig is the new 16 gig these days. And people are now thinking whether they need 64 gigabytes for their gaming, and honestly, you really don't need 64. So yes, if you've got your flight sim, or you've got loads of windows open, that's really when your memory comes into play. Or if I'm going to be a bit sarcastic now, or you use the Chrome web browser and you've got more than 3 tabs open, because boy does Chrome really eat into memory. It's crazy. Right, I think that should have done it. So let's return to challenges. We've got about 10 minutes left before we need to get back to the grindstone. But yeah, I mean, this is sort of why I was thinking about maybe just treating myself to a new PC. Obviously, we've got the gaming channel. I've got a new video coming up, so I'm hoping that with the monetization, that I'm going to start doing more how-to videos when it comes to PCs and upgrading, and just broaden the channel out a bit, just to see, if people want to see those how-tos, because I'm always a firm believer of people want something out of the videos that they watch. They've got to get something out of it. Sometimes it's a more mental, spiritual thing that you get. So I watch a lot of videos. A lot of videos get pushed to me because of my age, about people in their 40s and 50s that are reviewing life, where they are in life, where they're going, where they've been, and all that sort of thing. So, I watch those videos and I kind of feel less alone in some of my struggles, seeing other people have got similar sort of concerns, I guess. But on the other hand, other videos I watch will be a how-to, like I've just bought my first Gundam, so the other day I was looking on YouTube of how people built the one that I've bought, and what aftermarket things that they can do. So I get a lot out of those videos, and oftentimes that's when I'm going to be subscribing to a channel that has given me a lot of benefit. And as I said, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's looking at funny cat memes, right? We all do it, and sometimes it just brightens your day up. And I've got a few people that do funny cat accounts that I follow. But yeah, you've always got to get something from it, and I'm hoping that the PC stuff is going to help a lot of people, because I've mentioned this before on the channel, but I've always suffered from imposter syndrome, where I've always just thought that I've just been winging it my whole life, and to a degree I kind of feel that is still true, but by and large I think that it's easy to discredit yourself in terms of the things that we all do, because it's quite common in the tech sector actually to have this imposter syndrome. a lot of people sort of do it, and it's a reason why I've always refrained from like putting any of my code on GitHub or any of this stuff. It's just never something I felt like I could do because a lot of coders, it's very unique to create something completely unique in itself these days. You're literally just cherry picking bits of code that other people have written. This is essentially what frameworks are really. You've just got this base of code that you're cherry picking bits from to build your app, because you do not need to reinvent the wheel. You just do not create a new login system in 2025. It is already done for you. You put a framework for the language that you're using, that hopefully gets the job done for you and then builds on it. And then, it's only the very niche things that you're having to really code anything unique for that nobody else has ever done. And a lot of the time, the things that you're creating, somebody's already done as well. So you kind of think, well, actually, is there any reason for me to put this up? But the truth is, yes, there is, because your version might be better than the one that already exists. So if you see things that aren't working in that version, that you fix it, or features that aren't there, that you refine it. Sort of what makes me angry about Madden and the college football game is because they don't seem to address the same bugs. Like sometimes I feel, look, this year, don't add anything new, just fix these bugs. Really refine this into a really good football game. You don't always need new features and gimmicks. And I mean, I've talked about this to death. Creating a new user interface, like why bother? Create one that works and just give us the ability to change our backgrounds. Just do that. We don't. Every time you create a user interface, you could keep the previous years. So if you do recreate it, you could keep the previous years, so people could go, actually, I just want to use the old one. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I really don't understand the logic or lack thereof. But, well, I do know it's about making money, right? It's about creating a new menu. Obviously takes resource. But my view is that resource should have been better spent on an area of the game that needs fixing. That's just me. Anyway, I digress. Right, we'll do this challenge and then we'll get back to work. I've got another launch to do. Hoping, he's open. Hoping that this one's going to work and not give me any irritations, because this one, oh man, that looks like a football stadium. It looks like a soccer style stadium, this one. Right, anyway, right, return to challenges. We'll see what we've got. I think we're just on. Might need to make another drink in a minute, but yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, this channel, this upgrade that I'm going to be doing later on isn't gonna bite me like the other ones have. Right, so where are we going? Right, yeah, we're going to leave the feed there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back later. We'll be doing some more of this and continuing our Madden Top 100. We're going to test Loveland out. We're going to pick our Rookie Premier, and then we're going to try and work out how we're going to get the other two Rookie Premiers so we can hit Madden 26 with a head of steam in 2 weeks. We've only got 2 weeks till Madden is released, so that's what I'm going to be doing, trying to work out how to get those other Rookie Premiers in. And because it's a pre-order, we got 4,600 coins, but I'm going to be saving it for Halloween this year. I'm not going to be spending those points like I did in the college game, so we're just going to knuckle down, do all the challenges. So I've got 2 weeks off work to really concentrate, not just on Madden, but the channel in general. I've got a load of videos, fishing videos I need to cut as well, so I'm going to be super busy next week as well. So pretty much from now until January, I'm probably going to be flat chat all the time with videos, content, the day job, and the fun job, which is these channels. But catch you later. Bye for now.